Hi, my name is Kyai Mullei. I am the co-founder and CEO of M-Changa Limited. M-Changa Limited has a product called M-Changa, which is a mobile fundraising tool, and this is what I'm here to talk about. M-Changa is what we call a cultural product. We are trying to solve a big problem, which is essentially the problem of managing efficient harambes. Harambes are activities that involve giving, and M-Changa seeks to simplify and make more efficient the process of running a successful harambe. So we all know that the harambe culture is very strong in East Africa, Kenya in particular. It's a very big industry, so to speak. Billions of dollars a year are collected in harambe activities. And so we as co-founders, myself, Kyai Mullei, and David Mark, my other co-founder, saw a gap in the market. There was no particular product that was making harambes more efficient or allowing people to run more transparent harambes. So M-Changa is an SMS-based mobile platform that allows you to reach out, to collect in very much the same way you do it in a more manual process. But M-Changa also allows you to start and manage fundraisers online. So in very much the same way you'd start on a mobile phone with your fundraiser name, the description of your fundraiser, and the appeal message, you would do the same thing online and manage it the same way.
With M-Changa, you should no longer be struggling to understand how much you've raised, who's given that money, who hasn't given that money, and what you need to do in the future. Also, from a very mobile perspective, all your treasurers can stay constantly informed of what's happening with the fundraisers, and the treasurers know precisely when that money is removed, and they can discuss with you why is it being removed.
When registering, you can do it in two ways. So the first way would be using your mobile phone. So we have a shortcode, which is zero premium rated shortcode 22231. So you'll send the name of your fundraiser to the shortcode. You'd get a response, and then the response would be asking you your actual names, and then you'd answer to that, and then you'll get the next question, which would be the reason as to why you're raising the money. And then this is an optional question you can skip or choose to answer, and then that's it. Your fundraiser is fully registered. So the next thing is that you'll get an invite message. So what an invite message is, it's a message that you're going to send out to people whom you want to join your fundraiser. So these people, when they get the invite message, it reads something like Jeff is inviting you to a kidney failure fundraiser. So to join, forward this message to 22231. So if you did follow the instructions of the invite, then you get to join the fundraiser. So that is one way of registering the fundraiser. So the other way would be through the web. So we have a web page where you'd typically give information about your fundraiser. So still the same things, the name of your fundraiser, your name, and then on the web page, of course, you'll have to probably give your email or your name, your email or your phone number, and then the reason why you're raising the money. So when you do that, we'll SMS you the code that when you text that code to 22231, you confirm the beginning of your fundraiser. So then again, you'll get an invite message, and then you'll follow the same process. So those are the two ways you can start your fundraising.
The main value proposition of M-Changa is that what we all want is a much more transparent method of fundraising. We all know that when you're sending funds to a particular phone number, there's always an issue of Are these funds being used for the right purpose? How much have people contributed? How much has the fundraiser really received in contributions? If I contribute more than one time, where are those records kept? So M-Changa is really a Harambee or fundraiser management platform. So it allows you to track donations. It gives you the ability to share records of the donations of the fundraiser with everybody in the fundraiser. So it essentially makes more efficient and makes more transparent your typical Harambee activity, and that is the value proposition with M-Changa. Of course, there's much more. M-Changa allows you to really grow your fundraiser on the strength of your networks and on the strength of your contributors' networks. And in that sense, M-Changa does work on social networks. You can post your fundraiser to Facebook, Google+, or Twitter, and really grow and expand your fundraiser. We find that people typically have many more contacts on social networks than they do in their phones, for example. But not only, it doesn't end there. Your friends and their networks can also contribute to your fundraiser. So if you're running a fundraiser that is not very personal, but like say for a cause, for a hunger, or for an NGO, right? You can really tap extended networks of people that may be a few degrees separated from you.
Again, you have the same functionalities on the webpage. So you can add a treasurer, you can add, you can request for an invite. You can also request for a web link that you can use to share, and also you can send a web link to all the contributors in the fundraiser. So these contributors can have the same web link to look at who's donated, who's not, and all these kind of things. And again, something I didn't mention. Now, when you pay, for instance, now I'm talking on behalf of a contributor. When you pay, then you get a receipt. First of all, you get an M-Pesa receipt of you've paid to M-Changa. This is your balance. Then you'll get one from M-Changa. So for the M-Changa one has 3 bits of information. The first one is, in a group of 20, how do you rank? Probably you're the highest contributing member of that group, or you're the second, the third, and then how much money you've contributed at that point in time, and the last thing is how much money you've contributed in the whole process. So you can contribute more than once. And then another thing which is also very important to users, like for instance, if I set up my own fundraiser and I'm using M-Pesa, so if you have to send me 250 shillings, then you have to probably add the money to send and for me to withdraw. So with M-Changa, that all disappears because the shortcode again does not, the shortcode absorbs that transfer charge. So when you send, you get, I mean, if you want to send 250, just send the 250. That's the only money that will be deducted from your phone, and then that's the same amount that will reach the originator, will reach the fundraiser.
Cerebral Palsy Society of Kenya is a society formed by parents of children with cerebral palsy and even persons with cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is a brain condition formed by brain damage. It is a condition that's formed during birth, before, or slightly after birth, up to 3 years. There is no specific thing that causes cerebral palsy. And because of that, many parents do not know what to do with children once they're told this child has cerebral palsy. But the main thing is therapy, rehabilitation. Rehabilitation at least helps the child be able to kind of somewhat live to become independent. Therapy is like food on the table, it's needed all the time. Now in this society, what we do is we try to give a parent therapy at least 3 to 2 days in a week. There are some parents from extremely humble backgrounds who cannot even afford to pay for this therapy. And what as a society we do is that we fundraise to help this kind of children be able to acquire therapy and rehabilitation. How M-Changa helps our society is, one, I use M-Changa to communicate with the parents and the well-wishers of this society. Our society is in dire need of fundraising all the time, so I use it as one of our fundraising methods. M-Changa gives me a way I can communicate to the parents and the well-wishers through SMS. And for me that is a benefit because texting everyone and emailing everyone at one time is extremely hard. And I can just draft one text and it goes to everyone that I want to. So I use it as one of our methods of texting and sending messages out. And also as fundraising, because when I ask them to donate, they actually send in money through M-Changa. And this money is also accumulated with other ways to fundraise for our society. Recently on June 15th, 2013, we held our charity walk in alliance with IRA. And this walk, we had some of the sponsors and some of the donators, well-wishers on the ground, wish to donate directly through M-Changa. So we managed to raise some funds through M-Changa because some people thought it's better to just send money directly. Others bought t-shirts through M-Changa as well.
Today I want to talk to you about challenges, both sort of the challenges that we noticed when we started the product and also the challenges we're now facing as a company, because I know you're interested in that. So what brought about this product is the challenges that people face day by day in giving. Giving is one of the largest financial transactions that people are involved in year-round. People give more than they borrow, people give more than they loan. And what Chai and I noticed is that people want to give much more than they're able to give. And that is for reasons of opportunity and also circumstance. So although Kenya has a very long history of Harambee and giving culture, that system is breaking down with urban sprawl, people moving in different places. We're no longer in a very small village where we can give and observe all of our donations very easily. So now, how do you cope with this essentially globalization or expansion across countries and even internationally? So M-Changa started out with a very humble premise of helping you manage fundraisers from end to end. That means a better experience for the person giving and also a better experience for the person or people who are collecting that money. So what we try to do is implement features and utilities that help you manage that fundraisers better, smarter, and more effectively than you had in the past. So those are the challenges that we've made. So with M-Changa, you should no longer be struggling to understand how much you've raised, who's given that money, who hasn't given that money, and what you need to do in the future. Also, from a very mobile perspective, as Jeff mentioned, all your treasurers can stay constantly informed of what's happening with the fundraisers, and the treasurers know precisely when that money is removed, and they can discuss with you why is it being removed. So the challenges that we're seeking to solve here are very topical. Every Kenyan, I'd venture to say every Kenyan deals with these problems multiple times per year. And we're going to make that giving experience more effective and more useful and give you more opportunities to give in more transparent and more effective ways. Now, I'd like to talk to the executive MBAs or the future executive MBAs in the classroom right now. And you joined this program because you recognized efficiency in business is important. Well, efficiency in fundraising is also important. And M-Changa, whether it's for your wedding or your school fees or medical fees or what have you, will bring you the same sort of efficiency you're trying to bring to your businesses. That means managing all the contributions from start to finish and understanding where you are in your fundraising. So if you believe in efficiency in business and that's what you want to do when you get out of school,